JLR investigates. I am in Hunters Creek, Florida. Madeline Soto, the case of missing recently turned 13 Madeline Soto. This seems like this is like the center of this whole case, according to Soto's mother, that she was dropped off here Monday morning, across the street from the church and right down the street from where Madeline went to school. But there's a lot of red flags in this case, ladies and gentlemen. How are we looking at reception? Let's see, is our reception good? Because then we will proceed. Oh, it looks like reception is great. Okay, folks, JLR boots on the ground. I'm going to turn the camera around. I am at the corner of Hunters Park, and it says Town Loop Boulevard. It says Town Loop Boulevard. And covering the case of missing 13-year-old Madeline Soto. Where is she? Because she's still missing. Mother's boyfriend is currently in custody, Stephan Kearns, and I was just at the Kearns condo looking around that area. But this case is kind of fishy to me. Not just with, I'll be honest on JLR Investigates. It's not just with the boyfriend, but the mother, Jen Soto. Stearns, I'm sorry, I said Kearns. Stearns. Somebody said Kearns, and somebody said Kearns in the chat. Stearns. Stephan, and some people call him Stephen Stearns. But this mother, I want to share something with you because there's a clip I want to share with all of you right here. And I posted this because the mother spoke to the media. And I want to share something right here with you on this conversation right here.
Monday morning, we took her to school. We dropped her off close to school, across the street from a church, which is it's right next to the school. She crossed the street and walked to school, what we thought walked to school. My boyfriend who drove her to school drove away at that point. It was seen on video footage that she hung out in the parking lot of the church for a few minutes and then got up and walked towards the school. But she never made it. Monday morning, we took her to school.
Monday morning, she said to the media, Monday morning, we, not my boyfriend, not her, but we took her to school and dropped her off right here. And then Madeline went across the street to the church. Then she proceeded to say that her boyfriend dropped her off and she could be seen on surveillance here, church surveillance, and then walked down to the school. And we're going to walk down to the school shortly. That right there to me is a red flag. But if you listen to the entire media interview she gives other red flags in this interview, folks. First, she said we. And number two, the boyfriend planted a chair right behind her and was like over her, lurking, cracking his knuckles and acting weird. Now, this guy's in custody. But you know what else she said in this interview? One, the mother said she wasn't even out there searching. And she gave the interview on Tuesday. She wasn't even out there searching. She said, I'm not searching. Other family members are searching, but I'm not searching. I'm here in my house by my phone. And then she also said the police are not even talking to the mother. The police are not talking to the mother. Then she also said in the interview, she kept saying the word, Madeline was snatched. We think Madeline was snatched. We think Madeline was snatched. Kind of sounds like what Don and Candace, it reminded me of Don and Candace Wells. Remember Don Wells? Summer Wells goes missing and immediately they think Summer Wells got snatched. Now this is all my opinion, folks. This is all my opinion about the mother. The mother could be totally innocent with this, but then you get into the whole argument. What is the mother even doing with a guy that would do something to her child? Looks like there is a flyer here. So I'm going to show you the whole entire area, folks. We're going to start here. We're going to go over there. I'm going to stay on all public property. So the mother claims in an interview, and I have the police affidavit, folks. And the affidavit, I'm going to say two things in this affidavit. One, the police are not saying in the affidavit for a fact that Madeline got dropped off here. They are going by what the parents or boyfriend, mother are telling police. The police did not say for a fact that she was dropped off here. Also, we're hearing about church surveillance. Police have not said anything, folks, about her being seen on surveillance as a fact. Nothing. What there's talk about is the mother claims that her, I believe, sister or relative saw some video of her at a surveillance, grainy video that looked like her. And that's really it. So I just want to keep that in mind. I don't know, read the affidavit for yourself. So supposedly, she got dropped off here. I don't know. And then walked across the street to the church, where the school is right down there. So here's the church, folks. So the church parking lot is a little bit inward. So she gets dropped off there, supposedly, walks across the street to the church, and hangs out in the parking lot, and then walks down to the school. I don't know, folks. Now, he's in custody, and forensics was at his house. And I can tell you something really wild. About his house right now. Is a condo. This is where it doesn't make sense to me. According to the affidavit, the boyfriend picks her up to take her to school. Now, the boyfriend lives in condos about 5 miles away called the Venetian. The Venetian, it's a condo. I was just there. Believe it or not, there's still crime scene tape there, and his door is wide open. His door is wide open. I'll post that video of that in a bit. Where did the boyfriend not live with the mother and Madeline? Is that the way I'm seeing it? Or did they live together? Now, not far from this location is an address affiliated with the mother. I'm hearing it might be the grandmother of Madeline. So it would be Jen's mother, a relative, that owns a house about a mile from here. There's things that don't add up. In back of the condo where Mr. Stearns lives, there's swamp. It's all swamp back there. It's wooded, and there's a trail that goes like literally a trail that walks right into this. And I went in there and looked. Didn't see anything. But this is the church. I'm going to spin it around. This is the church. I must stay. I'm not going on anyone's property today. I'm not in the mood. But supposedly, Madeline was seen on surveillance here. What do you think? Now, forensics was at his house yesterday. They were there. I saw video. There was Spectrum News was there, and it's a gated community. Now, across the street from this church is where the mom claims that's what she said, we dropped her off, and then she proceeded to say Stearns did it. Right there. All this here is fenced in, and it's a busy road. Honestly, my opinion, I don't even think she was dropped off. That's my opinion. Until I hear it actually as a fact out of police, I'm assuming it's a lie. How are you? Now, some people are wondering, they're saying, why would she be dropped off so far from school at a church or down the street? And, you know, we heard the rumors out there that Madeline didn't want to be dropped off at the school because she was embarrassed about a vehicle that Stearns was driving. I don't know anything about that. Or saying, why is she getting dropped off far down the street? But it's not really that far, folks. So I'm going to go right here at the beginning of the parking lot of the church and take you to the school and just show you how close it is. It may look far. It's actually next door to the school. It's just separated by a busy highway. So we're going to go over here, folks, to the front of the parking lot. This is the parking lot here of the church where supposedly Madeline went. I'm going to spin the camera around. Here's the parking lot. Here it is. Now we're going to walk to the school. Church. Let's see how long it takes to walk to the school. So we're about 30 seconds into it.
Across the street from a church, which is it's right next to the school.
I have been looking for cameras. Nothing in the affidavit says that she was in fact here. B. Marte, thank you. So we're getting close to about 2 minutes into this walk. And we have arrived to the school. Here comes the school, folks. Here's the school. So, they got the gates open here. I wonder why. Here's the school. It literally took 3 minutes to walk. Super close. Took 3 minutes to get from the front of the parking lot to the front of the parking lot to the school. Front of the parking lot to the church, the front of the parking lot to the school. We're here. We're here. Trying to give you an understanding of what the terrain looks like. Did Madeline ever really make it to school? Did she really get dropped off that morning? So what I'm stressing on this channel at this time in this juncture is police have not said for a fact that Madeline was dropped off that morning by the school. They have not said that. The affidavit does not say that. Read it. All it says is the mother claims this and the dad, boyfriend claims that she got dropped off by the school. Doesn't say it as a statement of fact. It's what their version is. Both parents. Well, I'm just going to say parents, stepdad. And then other suspicious things. Like, if I was a jury, the circumstantial evidence against Mr. Kearns is so strong just for the fact that the day Madeline went missing, he factory resets his phone. If I was a jury and I just heard that one fact, I would say guilty on that. Who factory resets their phone coincidentally on the same day a child goes missing? Who does that? Maybe some media should flat out ask, is the mother under investigation? Again, I'm not claiming the mother is involved. I'm just saying the mother has said very contradicting things to the one media outlet that she spoke to. She said out of her mouth, we dropped her off right down there Monday morning. It came out of her mouth. She didn't say, my boyfriend dropped her off. She said that afterward. the mother has not searched for her in any way. Now, they kind of did the same thing what they did with Brett Baldwin in reference to the missing Nicole Baldwin, Mount Dora, Florida. Can't get them with the crime, but you get them for what's something inside their phone to be able to hold them, put the heat on, get them off the streets. Get them off the streets. We'll walk across the street. Also, the affidavit in the affidavit, you see they redact a lot of information about his license plate reader being seen, his car somewhere. And I'm not sure what that means in the affidavit, but it's entirely redacted where they don't share where his license plate reader was seen. You guys noticed that? Have you guys read the affidavit? If you haven't read the affidavit, I strongly recommend you do. Now, I'm sure there's surveillance inside this school to give authorities a determination whether she went into school or not. It's most likely she did not, because I haven't heard anything like that, like she in fact went to school or made it to school. But we also haven't heard from the police where a fact that she got dropped off over there. As of now, I haven't seen it. Now you see across the street, it's just basically hedges. So this is across the street from the school. Let's go back up to the school, or let's go back up towards the church and see what's going on. I'm doing. How are you? Let's go between the school and the church. Busy road. One thing I noticed is the highway gates are open on both sides. They're both open. I'm assuming at least the authorities did their due diligence and searched down these highway pathways. But you also notice that there's no authorities out here at all searching in this vicinity. If she got dropped off in this vicinity, allegedly, according to the mom, you would think authorities would still be mobilized around here. Now, I went down the street to Osprey Park, which was like a staging ground, where authorities, for those first 2 days, were searching. Or that, actually, yeah, Tuesday and I believe Wednesday, too. Definitely Tuesday. They were all up in that woods right there. Seen horseback ATVs. They were out. But there's not any authorities out here now. And she's still missing. She's still missing. And then also people want to know why drop off at the church or across the street from, why across the street from the church and not at the school? Looks like they've done some recent planning here. It's kind of what it looks like. So there's not many cameras in between the church and the school that we know of, because there's really no homes here. As you see, there's like condos right there, and there's condos across from the school. Here comes some sort of, maybe this is authority searching. Maybe we can get some answers. If they turn up. Who is that? That looked like somebody in camouflage. I'm looking at the street cams. I don't see any surveillance on these street cams. So we're back at square one, folks. Hunters Park Lane. Right here, this is where the mom claims she was dropped off. Now there's a condo right there. I'm trying to see if there's any surveillance on there, but I don't see any. Don't see any surveillance footage. Don't see any surveillance on these lights. Cameras, I don't see any cameras here. The school is in eyesight. You can see the school. That's the school, it's eyesight. There's the church. There's a big pond here. Look at that, it looks like an undercover cop. Maybe they're going around asking for surveillance from neighbors. If that was undercover, I don't know. Look, a giant pond here. Retention pond. And where are the searchers? Why aren't there any searches in the area she was supposedly last seen at? We're 96 hours into this. It's still a fluid situation, folks. Or do authorities know more than what they're saying? There's a... I think that's a police undercover. I think that's police. Where's the canines? You get dropped off right here for real? I'm seeing if I can see any surveillance, but I don't on any of these buildings. Look, they got a gigantic cross. Do they got a surveillance on the top? What is that? Nope. We'll go down here a little bit. We're canvassing the neighborhood, everyone, looking for 13-year-old Madeline Soto or any answers on what happened to her. Okay, so this condo is across the street from the church. I do not see any surveillance on any of the that is visible cameras. This is across the street from the church. I don't see, now at the end of the road here, coming in, there is traffic lights. I'm wondering if they got any surveillance on those traffic lights. But how are you going to just vanish from, this church to that school? Did someone snatch her? Like the mother thinks? Or the mother said? Yeah. I don't think so. It looks very, very peaceful out here. Oh, look. But that's focused on the parking lot there. Look at that. I'm extremely confused on why the mother would say on TV, on that one, you know, times people slip when they talk to the, you know, the boyfriend sitting behind the mother in that interview kind of reminded me like a creepy Chris Watts type of guy, you know. But that was strange. Here's surveillance right here facing out. Let's check it out. We got surveillance, folks, right here facing outward. Boom. I really do think the mother has a lot of explaining to do. One being involved with the guy anyway, because I've seen some media people that kind of saying, as if for a fact the mother is 100% innocent, and saying sometimes the mother will not know what the boyfriend does and all kinds of stuff, or blinded by love or whatever, but nobody's calling out the mother at all about her discrepancy, her statements. Basically, the discrepancies in her statement. Fishy. I don't know if the authorities actually heard the mother speak to the media. Or listen to the entire media conversation. Very, very fishy to me. The entire conversation. Mother wasn't in tears. The mother's not out there searching. I don't think the mother's out there searching now. Why? Why didn't she search? Why didn't she go? If your child was missing, wouldn't you be out here at the same location? Handing out flyers yourself, not other people on behalf of you, but yourself. Doing everything you can. And then she's involved with this guy, the Stearns guy, who on his bio for Facebook claims he was a cast member for Disney. Now, I reached out to Disney Public Relations. They responded to me, but they responded to me saying he doesn't work for them. But my question was, does he work for them And if not, did he ever work for Disney? They didn't respond saying anything about whether he previously worked. He might have worked for them up until his arrest, and then they just fired him. And now can say, hey, he don't work for us. But he could have got fired now that he got arrested. The reason why I believe that he was once a cast member for Disney is on his friends list. On his friends list, if you look on his friends list, that's wide open. Many of his friends on Facebook are cast members that identify as working as cast members with Disney. And if you go on their profiles, you see them at Disney doing their work. So if he's identifying himself as a cast member of Disney and his friends on Facebook clearly work for Disney, some of them say cast members, Walt Disney World Corporation. This is Kissimmee, folks. Disney's not that far away from here. Makes me think that he was, in fact, a cast member. Plus, he has a bunch of videos with, like, kids' toys, trying to sell kids' toys or gaming stuff. It's just, it's weird. It's weird. It's weird. Another thing I'm going to touch on, because authorities have talked about this case, and they said that Madeline, they got Madeline's inside Madeline's phone, who she left at her house, by the way. She didn't coincidentally have her phone out here. That's fishy. But they said that she was talking about going out into the woods on her 13th birthday. She turned 13 last week. So she just turned 13. A 12-year-old just turned 13. Well, probably she wanted to run to the woods because she wanted to get away from the people that were doing bad things to her. Wouldn't you think? Like the mom's boyfriend. Now I just wonder, if the boyfriend was doing things to her prior, which it looks like that's what's happening here. I wonder if Madeline let her mom know about it. And if she did, what do you think her mom did about it? Because if she let her mom know, and her mom continued to let Madeline be around the boyfriend, case in point, oh, my boyfriend took her to school, that's suspect to me. That's suspect to me. And authorities will probably be able to get into that communication between Madeline and her mom and the boyfriend and Madeline, and anyone else, to try to put all these pieces together. JLR, your voice is cracking. I get very passionate about these things. So there's another neighborhood here, but it's all like all the neighborhoods around here and all the business, or all the condos are all like, they're in a gate, or they're in stone or hedges to separate them. But this is the main road here. And all it is on this main road is it's just busy. Cars keep coming back and forth. And I'm sure there's some witnesses out here that possibly seen something too. But my gut, based off what I've seen thus far, and we've gotten limited information. We're not going to get all the information, folks, because authorities keep a lot of things tight to the vest, right? They say to protect the integrity of the investigation. I like openness and transparency, but it is what it is, right, with that. But they have a lot of things close that we don't know about. But I'm going based off the limited information that has been presented with this case. And the limited information that has been presented in this case does not say for a fact that Madeline got dropped off here, right out here at this corner. It does not say that. It's the version of the mom and the boyfriend. It's their version. Police did not say at this time that I know about. And if I'm wrong, correct me. If I'm wrong, that's why we're having provoking thoughts and conversation. I'm going to cross the road over here. If I'm wrong, please correct me. Is there a fact that Madeline was dropped off right there? Is there a fact that there's surveillance at the church? I'd like to go over to the church and ask. Unfortunately, church looks in service, and I don't want to bother them. Maybe I'll try to reach out to them via telephone. But I'm not going to just roll up in there with a camera rolling. I bet cops are all over the "we dropped her off." And how convenient, like Magnolia says, that Maddie left her tracking phone home that day. And how convenient is it that the boyfriend factory reset his phone the same day she went missing? So here's the church. So mom says that she got dropped off there, 8:30-ish, walks across, sits in the parking lot. Over time, it said that she was seen on some sort of surveillance, and then goes and walks down to the school, which is right under that bridge on the other side. I'm just going to go up here and just show you the neighborhoods up here. If she got dropped off, did she walk up this way? I tend to think not so. But we'll look anyway. Now there is flyers. Look, there's flyers. They put flyers up on her. "13 years old, blonde hair, blue eyes, 5'1", 110 pounds. The flyer says last seen February 26 on Town Loop Boulevard near Aberna Apartments in Hunters Creek. Wearing dark green hoodie, black shorts, white Crocs. May have been wearing a gray floral Jansport backpack." Now, who created this flyer? That's the question. Who created the flyer? What do you think? It's called Chelsea's Lane, next to the church. This is right next to the church. And of course, in the area, if she went in here, neighborhood crime watch area. I truly doubt that Madeline went through this neighborhood or any of these neighborhoods. I truly doubt. I actually think volunteers handed those flyers out. And how come we don't see the mother side by side with authorities? I know that the boyfriend is in jail now. Looks like they got a monster off the street for the stuff he did to his phone, which is absolutely appalling and disgusting. But I don't see the authorities side by side with the mother. I haven't seen any, the mother, a lot of times when there's missing children and police give press conferences, the parents are standing side by side in solidarity with the police. A lot of times we see that, but when you don't see that, you're like, has the mother fully cooperated with authorities? Does she know more? Is she involved with the cover-up? Is she protecting Mr. Stearns? Stephan. Some people call him Stephen. Stephan. S-T-E-P-H-A-N. I want to show you something else right down here. This gate here right by the highway. We'll continue our journey to find answers on what happened to 13-year-old Madeline Soto. Just turned 13. Had her whole life ahead of her. Doesn't look good, folks. You know, at first hearing about this case a couple of days ago, I think I was the first YouTuber to put this information out on YouTube about her case. And I was open-minded at first with the limited information, saying it could have been a runaway, right? since authorities said that she was trying to, or she said she was going to go out in the woods on her 13th birthday. And I was open-minded to that. Not anymore. Nope. And I was hoping that she'd come out of the woods. A miracle. We've seen some of those miracles where they are found out, in the woods after a couple days. We've heard about those miracles, right? Where children wander off into the woods. And her saying it made me think, okay, she wanted just to get away from everybody for whatever reason. She's having some issues. Just want to run away. Teenagers run away. Not anymore, folks. This is an endangered child case, for sure. For sure. But the gate is open down here too. Yeah, there is trails behind the school. And I heard authorities were back there searching. But considering now that they have a prime suspect in jail, I don't believe she's in back of the school. So I was saying here, this whole area most likely has been searched because they have on both sides all the gates open down the highway. So I made some videos. I was at Stearns' Venetian condo earlier today. Door is open. The authorities, it's a crime scene. Well, I guess they released the crime scene because there was crime scene tape up around his condo. I actually spoke to one of his neighbors who didn't want to speak on the record. And they're shocked to the core. Let me just say they're shocked to the core. But if you go to his condo right now, his door is wide open and nobody's there. Now, JLR Investigate was tempted to go in, but we're not going to go into places we do not belong. And but they left his door open. It doesn't look like the mother's there. Doesn't look like anyone is there at the condo. They're not there. So, yeah, I tried to reach out to his family, Stearns' family, for comment. Numerous family members. No one has responded back. I also tried to reach out to the mother. Offer help and assistance. No response. Are people uniting around the mother? Have you seen anyone unite around the mother? It's just a weird case. It's a weird case. I am JLR Investigate, so I'll post that video of his neighborhood soon. Because something tells me that Madeline could be by his condo. Because there's a big swampy wooded area directly across from where he lives, where probably no cameras in there, and he could have jetted into that swamp somewhere and unfortunately disposed of her in those trees and woods there. It's sad. And this guy, you can't say that this guy's a good apple because he's clearly had some very disturbing things on his phone that authorities got, similar to Brett Baldwin in the Nicole Baldwin case. All right, I'm signing off. Check out my playlist that I'm going to create on this case. We'll go over the affidavit tonight, and when I get more information, I'm going to be in the area for a little bit. I'm going to be, fishing around to try to find some answers, see if there's any searches going on, see what's going on, see if anyone wants to talk, and then we'll go live tonight and we'll do a recap and we'll share. All right, everyone. JLR Investigates, boots on the ground. This is called Hunter's Creek. It's just north of Kissimmee, just south of Orlando, near Lake Buena Vista, near Disney, Orange County, Florida. So I'll be back in a little bit. JLR Investigates. Everyone be safe.